I received an interesting DM from a mom who had bought some energy fuel for her soccer player, and the young soccer player had all kinds of gastrointestinal distress associated with the product. I've spent over 5 years developing energy fuel, all the formulations, and I've never had anybody complain of GI distress associated with energy fuel. So I was able to get the mom on the phone, and it's the catalyst behind this video, and that was it doesn't matter if it's energy fuel or any sports drink known as an isotonic drink on the market, when you look at the label and it says to mix the scoop to the amount of water, it goes way beyond just reading it and following instructions. And that's what I want to talk about in this video. When we are putting energy fuel together from a food science standpoint, you've got to recognize that when you put something in your stomach, there's something known as the osmality rate, your ability to absorb fluids. When you're dealing with carbohydrates, there's a certain range of carbohydrates, 6 to 8%. It's a big mathematical game that we have to play. If that carbohydrate concentration is too high, you will not absorb the fluids. If the carbohydrate concentration is too low, you will not absorb the fluids. That's why there's a range. 6 to 8% is the ideal carbohydrate concentration rate. After further discussion with the mom, the child wanted the flavor to be sweeter. So he actually did twice as many scoops for the recommended amount of water. And what it did was it threw the osmality rate, it threw the carbohydrate concentration rate off. And that's why he had the GI distress in his belly. I just want to bring it to your attention. When you're using energy fuel, you have to make sure that you're following the instructions, because we want the carbohydrate concentration rate to be optimized for absorption. And it also, if you look at the label and it talks about how many scoops, if you read the label and it tells you how many calories, the calorie content is specific to that many scoops. So this is very, very important when we start looking at calorie demands on an hourly basis. We're doing nothing more than reverse engineering. This bottle has X amount of fluids in it, X amount of scoops. Those two combined yields X amount of calories, and then we match it up against intensity, duration, temperature, and humidity. So I really am thankful that the question came in. Like I said, we beta tested the energy fuel products for 5 years. We've had the product out now for almost 6 years, and we've never had one phone call where somebody said they had any GI distress. And I thought this would be a great opportunity for us to talk about your sports drinks, especially those that come in a powder, have to be mixed exactly as the label recommends. Ironically, when you get something on the shelf, it's called an RTD, or ready to drink, the concentration rate is already done for you. You notice how you always urinate more when you drink a sports drink? It's because the absorption rate of the carbohydrate is already 6 to 8%. That's why you're urinating more. The sports drink's doing its job. So great question, great situation. I appreciate the honesty. Like I said, I always want to be able to answer your questions. It's not about making energy fuel right. It was about the science that was behind it. And the mom was very thankful. She's actually bought more energy fuel. Her son's done extremely well with it. He just had to get beyond the idea that he wanted it to taste very sugary, very syrupy, because that's what he's used to with other sports drinks. And that's not what we're after. If you happen to have a question or a frustration like this mom did, please feel free to reach out to me and my team. You can do so at contact@coachrobb.com. You can leave a message here below. I try to engage with you as often as I see the comments. Most importantly, thank you for sending in your questions, and thank you for taking the time to watch these videos. We'll see you again soon.